Hey, this is Eb. I'm back here with a really cool little guitar. This is a Cromwell, but it is the same as the Kalamazoo's. This was made in Kalamazoo by Gibson. This is one of their budget brands, where basically during the Depression, they were so hurting for work that they were making children's toys just to keep the lights on. They had all the tools. So they were doing whatever they could to keep the factory going because big high dollar guitars weren't selling. So they came up with their own budget brand, which is the Kalamazoo line, which they would have sold for a lot cheaper and not to diminish the value of the higher ones, but they're made out of the same molds and woods, lower quality woods and different internal designs. But they also would put out guitars for other people. They would basically, for commission work, somebody would say, hey, we need 200 guitars with our name on it for our little music store. Apparently they'd do them by the dozen, or at least there were several small batches of different ones that they did for small music stores. So like store brand stuff, very cool. There's one I'm looking for called a Tex Star. If you ever see one, I'm interested. But this is one Cromwell, so you'll find that they weren't, I think there was other makers of Cromwell. That was just some store brand or something. But this is a really cool one if you like KG-11s. They're smaller than the LOOs. They're shorter in body. They look kind of squatted. They look almost like a dreadnought or something, but they're not. They're super small. I wish I had a dreadnought here for comparison, but they're squatty, and I think they were made out of all the cutoffs and stuff. There's a previous L30 model, if I'm not mistaken, or L50 from somewhere around there that they made kind of an archtop version of this too. But this is this one, and this particular one came in all black with this tuxedo look with this white pickguard with this really cool little point. The other ones don't have it. It's very cool, very classy little thing. This thing had a hard life. The problem with these is that most people didn't value them at all for a really long time, and they thought of them like harmonies and that kind of stuff. And even the Gibson, the lower end models, were not treated well for a very long time. So because they weren't valued, they were not repaired well. If repaired at all, they were probably repaired at home or from people just, it wasn't done well or right. So that was the case with this. This one had a massive bust along here, and somebody had glued it back together crooked. They had just kind of glued the two pieces back together and put some wood filler in there and sanded it. The problem was when I glued it, I had to take it all apart. It was hideous. Put it all back together level, but because one side had been sanded, they didn't come together perfect because now one side was thinner than the other because of the way it had been sanded out of alignment, if you will. So it required some filler and whatnot, but I got some nice vintage black on there. I'm pretty happy. This still needs to be wet sanded and buffed. It's just curing right now, but I just wanted to show it off before I get to the final part. The bridge is painted black, and it's got some big cracks I still need to finish cleating there. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing this super cool old KG-11. If you liked it, please hit a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, please hit that subscribe button over there, and if you think somebody else would find this cool, please hit that arrow button and send it to them. Thank you for watching.